You perceive foolishness is what you perceive.
Y'all perceive foolishness. I exhibit it.
Yeah, you have chosen poorly.
So the four of you, or the
There's four.
It's 4 of us.
The mighty.
so
Five.
Swinford and Rena, after having spent the majority of the day outside the mayor's abode, waiting for the administrator, have made their way to the Fat Pig, where Gorm has over-imbibed and Ren has provided a soundtrack and observed. They have made contact with 2 dark-dressed individuals, one named Atur. For your notes, A-T-U-R, and Horan, H-O-R-A-N.
I guess for
Seems like
For
they're
my
taking
notes.
a tour around town.
I said a tour around town.
how was
I
Go for
literally
it.
kept the canister right here. It's spread.
All right, that's it. That's the last
It's actually
joke.
on the other side of the table. That's
And
where
it's
it's at, and it's spreading.
That's the last joke I'll make this entire session.
Don't lie to me.
Tour around
I
town.
didn't think Jesus was supposed
That
to
is
lie.
actually
bring it around town?
the dumbest thing I ever heard. And I don't care.
Anyways,
So the 4 of you at this point, well, so Gorm the Strong One re-enters, and Swinford and Rena presumably follow. You witness Gorm, and would you like to describe what Gorm did one more time since Rena missed it?
Gorm has stumbled outside, dragging his boots across the mud at an unsteady, drunken gait, grabbing the nearest vessel of water that he can to regain his senses. Unfortunately, the horse trough is only just deep enough to contain his massive, naked shoulders as he plunges his head into the water and shakes his senses back. Pulling himself out of the water, he turns, realizing his 2 compatriots come down the muddy way, and he calls, "Ho, you, guy who fell down really fast, and you, useful wench, come, we have time to speak with these interesting people that I've just found. You being a magic user, and you doing whatever you do, I'm sure that you'd find this a very interesting conversation." And that's not his accent, but I forgot it for a second.
At least he thinks
You know what? That's not where I was going with that.
Yep.
But the less I'm talking and the more you're talking, the less likely you are to make a joke. So on we go.
And he then, goes
Goes on a
inside.
tour around town. Son of a bitch.
he is just becoming.
Tour around town.
He finds his way inside.
The
and
3 of you make
sidles
your-
up to the bench.
The 3 of you make your way inside. Gorm, having already met Atur and Horan. Rena and Swinford.
Where'd he meet him? Where'd he meet him?
Where'd he meet him?
Where'd he meet him?
In the-
I know
Around
where this is
town.
going.
God damn it.
I knew it was going to say that. You should have seen that coming from.
I saw it coming. I knew it was coming.
Alright, that was the last joke.
Stop lying to me, Jesus.
You have 3 joke points, and you've used them all. Long rest.
three
you
more.
We're gonna have to start
need
giving
a
those
long
out
rest.
soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to use that next time I play Conan.
Yeah,
Anyways,
So, Horan and Atur sit opposite side of the table from the 4 of you, and they make it clear that they're not interested in anybody else sitting beside them. They want you all across from the table.
So I'm going to sit beside you.
as they all take a seat, Gorm waves his big, stupid, drunken hand and says, "These are my compatriots. They were here as we fought back the raiding orcish hordes." He says in a slightly almost Russian accent.
Yeah.
Well, that is quite heroic. I'm certain only half as heroic as Gorm the Strong One made it sound. And this is Atur doing the speaking at this point. It seems that the 2 of these guys have a relationship where Horan is the strong, silent one, and Atur will handle pretty much all of the communication. And Atur looks to you all and says, Where precisely did the orcs come up, or where did you come upon the orcs? And this ogre, I believe you said you killed as well?
Upon the farmstead, was it east? East. Okay.
Yes.
Upon the farmstead, several miles east of this town. South. That's what I said.
While he's speaking, can I just eye over these people real quick?
So he begins recounting the tale of them having traveled south, going to the farmstead, and upon night falling at the farmstead, a raiding party came, and we fought them back, and then we continued searching over the riverbank and found another raiding party, this time with an orcish captain who claimed that they were here to take back their land, and who had in his employ a massive ogre who followed his every command through the rallying cry of war horns.
It's quite interesting. And you say they came in upon a ship or boat.
More like dinghies, all heading down south, down. What I was gonna say downwind, not downwind. Downcurrent. Downstream. That's the word.
Downwind.
Okay, fair enough. And did you get the sense that there were more?
I would stake my life on there being an entire encampment. Not even an encampment, maybe a civilization of them on beyond the borders of this empire. They are too well organized and too well provisioned to be simply an orcish war party. There are no stragglers. They were tightly organized and wielding weapons of decent make.
How decent of make.
Well, I've done this several times, but this... And he pulls out the maul and puts it on the table. The orcish captain wielded this, and this! The big great axe. It seems that the stronger amongst them seem to be able to have weapons of great make, while, as per any other army, the grunts tend to have fair to middling condition weapons.
As I look at my two swords. Weak swords. Ignore it.
Not only this, but they are also able to procure caravans and horses. It's no mere simple raiding party, but an organized machine that moves of its own design.
How interesting.
It seems so strange that I have such a larger
I
vocabulary
was
now.
wondering.
It is impressive for one so uncivilized.
I hate
And-
civilization.
So, in the midst of Gorm seemingly taking care of all of this by himself, what were your roles in this?
Mainly assisting.
Being the captive, actually.
Being captive.
Oh, yes.
Shows they're a lot stronger than they think.
What?
How interesting.
Yes.
You did rescue him from a slave wagon.
Yes, this one and this one. Okay, back in the accent. This one and this one were both an orcish slaving party. They had a caravan and horses. As I said, well provisioned.
And where did you run into this slaver's caravan?
Right out. Is no one else gonna pop up?
You got that.
I'm just-
I
I
wasn't there. For
You
that.
weren't there.
I was
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Well, you were there, but you weren't there.
Actually, none of you were there.
That's
Well,
the
none
whole
of us
point.
really know where we were. I
Yeah.
kind of just
Yeah, there was
woke
a
up
lot.
in
We were
there.
just
No, there was a
in-
lot. There was
This
a lot
I
going
am
on,
the
yeah.
only one who knows about
You
it.
should
Yes,
be the
you
only
are.
one. Yeah.
You were
And-
literally
okay.
the only one.
This was outside of the Forest Hag's forest, seemingly cursed. Not only that, but several orcs ran into the forest once we had defeated their slaving party. Not just from fear, but from seemingly needing to go to the other side.
Now, you mean Nearest Grove, east of
Nearest
town.
grove, yes. Yes, this one's grove.
It's no longer her grove. Swinford says for like the 19th time.
Oh yeah, I got this thing.
Clear
The,
that
Oh.
the
grove.
head that has been in
Be
the
like,
bag.
yeah, man, we went to Gorham's Grove not too long ago.
So, They both cover their noses, but beyond that, they're not adversely impacted by the rotting head.
I'm
that's
not
in there.
trying to. This one.
Yeah.
We fought her. Yes. If I were to wager a guess, which now I don't know what accent I'm doing. There may be an encampment of orcs across from Nero's Grove, which acts as sort of